get those crazies out of the government. We need our Congress for everyone's benefit. The 1%, they just take what they like. We've got to show up and vote for our rights. So vote in November. Vote, a time to remember. Vote, don't be late. Vote, don't procrastinate. It's our country, our democracy. We can't afford mediocrity. If we do nothing, our hope floats away. We get up off of that thing when it's voting day and vote in November.
Let's
Vote,
go, baby. Is that rain alert? Rain alert. Yes, I
time
can
to
get the
remember. Vote,
rain around here for miles.
don't
All right, baby.
hesitate. Vote,
It is Thursday.
don't procrastinate.
Let's go, baby. Let's play the game. How y'all doing, baby? It is Thursday, baby. I'm so glad y'all are here. Kind of awkward sitting here by myself. Anyway, I'm glad y'all are here. Oh, where'd Greg go? I gotta look up and Greg's gone. Oh, shit. Mega Wet Willie was the first one to pop in, followed by Amanda Elliott and Dorothy Tyndall. Thank you very much. Stephanie Dean and Jay are there. He's running off for a deadhead company. Woo. Well, you know what Jerry Garcia said. The truth is what you find on your way to someplace else. Anyway, Dennis Utenreiner, thank you for being here. Kelly K. Duncan, thank you. Dwayne Twizzle's here. Robin Lyons, Karen Van Wyck. Notice I don't screw up. I'm getting better, baby. Linda Sandoval, thank you. Nancy Halverson and Gary Spring. Tracy Tobias, my next door neighbor. Raylene Allen, Martha Olivera. Gary, I already said Gary Spring. Lord have mercy. Deborah Douglas is here. Thank you very much. Randy Peterson. Woo, pig, buddy. Let me see. Jeanette Miller is here. Stephanie Day. Oh, wait a minute. I'm really getting screwed up. Paula, thank you, baby, for being here. Ardessa. Let me see. Just Coggins is here. Let me jump on down here before Mary Humphrey, Scotty B, Susan Majurio, Majura. Martha Smart can't talk for shit today. Anyway. Well, what happened today? Anybody see anything interesting happening in the news today? Just wondering. Let me start off by saying, before we get into what happened today in the hearings, that the decision from the Supreme Court this morning considering a New York law, striking down a New York law that required you to have a particular reason to want to carry a gun, concealed weapon. Throw that shit out the window. You don't need no stinking reason. Just strap the gun on, baby. Just walk around. That's what this country needs. At a time when our Congress is meeting, try to come up with more ways to control the influx and the damage that guns are doing in our society, our Supreme Court steps up and says, nah, freak on that stuff. Let's pass them out like candy, baby. Times Square, no problem. Everybody get a gun, just walk around out there. Ain't nothing gonna happen. Shit, are you shitting me? Can you imagine January 6th if they have had the right to carry weapons? Shall not be infringed upon. The Second Amendment, baby. A well-regulated militia, necessary for a free state, and all that stuff comes down to the last words. The right of an individual to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed upon, and that brings up every freaking gun law that we have. Because every gun law infringes upon your right to carry a gun. And that's the way this right-wing nut job society's going, baby. You bet your ass. I don't know what Brett Kavanaugh's whining about, some guy walking around out in front of his house with a gun. Are you shitting me? That's his constitutional right. Hell, everybody should have one. You shouldn't feel nervous. But he does. He does. When it's his house. When it's your house, who gives a shit? When it's out in public, I'm not worried about public because I don't get out in public. It's dangerous what they did today. And it's going to open up a whole new can of worms. Gun nuts are just going to go crazy, baby. Only in America would the lust for that gun be so powerful. But it is here, baby. In a 6-3 decision, shove it up your butt, liberals. Who gives a shit about your bleeding heart? So there's mass shootings every day. It's the price you gotta pay for your constitutional rights. Yeah, I don't know why they don't allow guns in courtrooms. Hell, you know, what could go wrong? But no, they put limits. You can't wear a gun into the Supreme Court when they're going in to argue a case. Shit, no, you can't show up in traffic court packing an iron. They're infringing upon your rights, baby. Ain't that some shit? When it benefits them. Out in the street, hey, tough shit. Baby, go after it. Sad where this country is going with that shit. We can expect more death, more violence in our streets. Hell, that's what they're warning us of now. The closer we get to midterms, be careful of violence, political violence. Speaking of political violence, boy, howdy shit. Today's January 6th hearing. I mean, just flat laid. I don't. Boy, howdy. Let me see. Today we had former acting Attorney General Jeff Rosen, acting Attorney Donahue, and Steve Engel, former Assistant AG. All took the stand today to describe for all of us things we already knew, things we already know, but are thrust upon us in a way that it smacks it in your face of what this man was trying to do. Today centered around the Department of Justice and how Donnie tried to subvert it, how to criminalize it. Just say it was corrupt. Here's the line I took away with today. Just say it was corrupt and let me and my Republican congressmen do the rest. And then we find out later about all these congressmen going to seek a pardon, baby. Scott Perry, you know, Louis Gohmert. Really, Louis? Little scumbag. Yeah. Had a list of them going up there to seek pardons, baby, because they knew something. And we all know it. We all know it. We've all been watching them. It's utterly disgusting to keep up with that they wanted to send a letter to Georgia. Just saying that there were significant concerns. That's all. Just send a letter. Let us do the rest. It'll cause enough of a shockwave that we'll be able to throw doubt, and we'll be able to get up there and talk Mikey Boy into not doing it. Significant concerns. You got any proof? No. No, they ain't got no proof of shit. It's Donnie's incessant whining, crying that he wins, that he should win. That's it. That's all. All based on his freaking ego. To put this country through so much shit. For that? For Donald Trump, the con man steak salesman, the fake university, all the other bullshit, how many wives, and the current first lady he had showing her ass all over the place on the airplane. Here, you want to look at my butt? Is that what the Republican Party stands for? Yes. Yes, it is, baby. Money and ass. Who gives a shit? I'm disgusted. I'm just disgusted. Every one of the people coming up here testifying before this committee have been Republicans. There's nobody else coming up here. So where does that leave Jim Jordan? Huh? Where you at, Ted Cruz? You little scum suckers? Pitiful excuses for what this country has to offer in our legislation. Sad excuses of no integrity. Lie through their teeth. For what? For that man? Are you shitting me? Came very close, baby, to working. And if it hadn't been for the courage of the people that we saw today, then yeah, it would have worked. All they had to do is, Jeffrey Clark, are you shitting? Well, I'm fixing to get into a rant, and I don't want to do that because this isn't the time for rants. But man, I'm cranked, baby. I'm cranked. Jeffrey Clark, really? An environmental lawyer in the bowels of the DOJ? He's going to take over because they found somebody who was weak, who would do anything for Donnie, who would lie, cheat, steal, do whatever it takes. Just get him in there. Who cares about the law? We'll deal with that later. We'll have the law. We got the court. What matter? Let's rock and roll, baby. Let's steal it all. That's what they were doing. And if it weren't for the courage of these men to stand up and say, no, I'm not going to do that. And if you attempt to do it, if you put this little weasel in there, then you're going to have a mass resignation. They said Jeffrey Clark would be leading a graveyard. Nobody there because they would all resign in disgrace. That's why he didn't do it. Not because it wasn't the right thing to do. It's because they finally told him, if you did this, the story's not going to be the vote count in Georgia. It's going to be how a president went all the way down the list to snatch up Jeffrey Clark from some sub-basement and pull him up and throw him in front of the world and say, look here, I got somebody. I got somebody to lie, to cheat, to do my bidding. Screw your law. Except for the courage of these men who stood up and said no. They're Republican, baby. Seems there's little integrity within the Republican Party anymore. So I'm glad we're seeing a little bit. Don't give them too much credit, though, because a lot of shit went down before this. So they're not squeaky clean. They're not knights on shining armor. They just found the line they weren't going to cross, but it took a while to get to that line. And in that time to get up to that line, there was a lot of damage done already. But then they get to this point and say, no, I can't do that. Thank goodness. Because had they, it would all be over. Donnie would be dictator right now for life, baby. He'd follow the path of Putin. Yeah, just I'm president for life. Y'all go ahead and elect whoever you want, but I'll be in the background controlling everything. That's his dream. And it hasn't gone away, baby. It hasn't gone away. These maggots are still supporting him. These maggots are still hoping for him to become king again. How disgusting a statement is that of our country, that we have people within our society right now who still support him, who still think he won, that are so delusional that they would throw their own country in the ditch, their own God. It doesn't matter. Whatever they hold dear, they'll throw in the ditch for him. They'll roll around in a sewer pit for him. Get that Trump stink all over you. I smell it every time I go out my door, baby. The stench of him that has permeated our freaking nation. I think they're laying it out pretty clear. This was intentional. knowingly. Don't come up here with this bullshit. Oh, he thought he won. No, he didn't. He was told over and over and over and over again in uncertain terms he lost. Get your ass out of here. Do what the Constitution says, peaceful transfer of power. No, not Donny Boy. Not that little con man who's always been the same person his whole life. Nothing has changed. Nothing. He's a scumbag liar. I gotta watch my blood pressure sometimes. This shit gets you pissed off. It really does. And it should piss us all off. I hope it pisses us all off enough to get to the damn polls, every one of us and everybody we know. I don't know where this country's going, baby. But you let these Republicans keep on. We got a 6-3 court. Look where it's going to go. That's where it's going to go. It's rootin' tootin' west, baby. What are we going to have? Shootouts in the street now? Gunfights at the OK Corral? Yeah. Everybody's got a gun. That's how you solve the problem. Everything's a nail. Anyway, David, how are you today, my friend?
Sweltering here in California, but I'm all right. How are you doing?
I'm hanging in there, brother. It's a little hot down here, too. It's a little hot all over the country, if you ask me. Most of it.
He reflects, my mood every time I'm watching one of these hearings. My mood I was already boiling before I got into the hearing today because I had been reading about Rusty Bowers. I offer you Republican Rusty Bowers.
Please.
For consideration. Arizona brought that very sincere testimony in the before last hearing where he talked about his vow, his oath, and how he believed the Constitution was divinely inspired. And I went, fine, if this is where he gets his, there you go.
Yeah.
If this is where he gets his inspiration from, fine, as long as he's constitutional.
Yeah.
So he goes to talk to Associated Press, who asks them the standard question, well, if Trump's the nominee, would you vote for him again? Rusty Bowers says, of course I would.
Of course.
Now, it doesn't matter he broke the law. Doesn't matter he put you in position of breaking your oath, your sacred oath. It's all about R versus D with you, isn't it? It's all about holding on to power. It's all that sincere, you're covering your ass is what you're doing, Rusty. Yeah. And I just don't believe it. I mean, it helps. Like today, we got all this testimony from Republicans today. But I guarantee you all these people in DOJ would still vote for Trump, despite all of this. And I just...
I know it.
Then I go to watch the hearing, and the hearing's revealing not only did they put pressure on regular people, which we found out last time, and people in positions of influence, they were trying to corrupt the very source of our law.
Yes.
They wanted to pull such an unconstitutional maneuver that they knew was unconstitutional. And I'm not positive the right people will be held accountable for this.
I think we've come mighty close to become a fascist nation.
We're not done with that. We haven't pulled that leg out of the pool yet.
No, we're still dipping our toe in. And a lot's going to depend on this midterms. What way this country goes. And it's scary right now. If the Republicans take hold of the midterms. Are you shitting me? Look what's been going on. And look how many of them were willing participants in this. They're all up there asking for pardons. Really? Asking for pardons.
Yeah. That parade didn't surprise me, but now that's been confirmed by a Republican, by somebody who was deep on the inside of that, that these were the people asking for pardons.
That's what I mean. It's things we already know. We know he's a scumbag. We know he's a lying sack of shit, a cheat, a liar, a thief, all of that. We just have to come up here with proof. Okay, well, now you got proof. We're going to put it right in America's face. This is what
Will that proof keep you from voting for him again? No. Really?
That's the scary part, David. Is it doesn't change some people. They don't care. They really don't. You think any of these maggots around here pay attention to the news? You think any of these maggots out here are watching the hearings? No. They could give two shits.
They watch what their masters tell them to think about the hearings over on your right wing.
Yeah, over there on Fox. Go over there and tune into Bullshit Mountain. I'm sure they'll tell you all about some, I don't know, giant shark or I don't know, big bug man.
Or a
Sasquatch or
socialist
some shit.
shark.
Yeah, socialist shark. You whip out your gun and shoot it. Yeah, that's what they do. Are you shitting me? I mean, it's just it is. It's disheartening to watch this. It's I can't tear my eyes away from it. I want to sit there in front of that TV and watch every minute of it. I want to know as a citizen of this country, as a veteran who put his name on the line, and a lot of other people did the same thing. What's up, baby? What's up? Because there's so much over the last years, and I'm talking decades. I'm talking all the way back to after 9/11. I thought 9/11, when 9/11 came, it was going to transform this country. We were going to come to our senses and realize shit, and we did for a little while. And then we stumped our toe.
It did transform us.
It did. It did.
But what we didn't realize is there was a very powerful constituent of people just waiting for the excuse to do a war for profit.
And guess what happened? We had a war for profit. The Iraq War. Yep. When we stumbled our ass into Iraq and everything that entails after that. ISIS never was before we went into Iraq. Wasn't a thing. No. We stimulated all that shit with exactly that, a war for profit. There wasn't no money to be made in Afghanistan. Are you shitting me? There ain't a building big enough to blow up. We need an enemy. We need something to spend money on. Let's go to Iraq. We'll spend all the money. And through 20 years of that shit.
Cracks me up, though, is we always seem to pick an enemy that we could probably crush outright if we really wanted to.
Yeah.
We don't pick a serious enemy who could possibly challenge us.
No, we're gonna pit like, that's the way life is. That's what Vietnam was. The test between the United States and China. We're gonna have a proxy war somewhere in the fucking world, so we can all piss on each other's foot, see who's gonna jerk first. Yeah, it's a hell of a world we live in. It's a scary ass fucking world. Well, half the world is singing Kumbaya and trying to find peace in the world, and let's feed the hungry and do all the good things. There's the other half of the world who says, fuck you, I'm going to blow you up. I'm going to take your shit.
Well, and they're doing it right in the middle of an existential climate crisis.
Yeah. In a health crisis.
I'm under, areas all around me are under fire watch warning evacuation right now. Because of the dry conditions and the wind and fires starting to spring up again.
Over the United States right now. A major portion of it. Hell, up in Chicago and stuff, they was getting, oh hell, I gotta read that.
Chicago had a major heat.
Yeah, a friend of mine is left here, go up visit with family and friends up in Chicago. Thought he was going into a cool. I'm laughing at him. Hey, what's the temperature up there, Jeff? Jeffrey, it's a little warm up there, buddy. Should have stayed down here. It dropped a few degrees. Anyway.
Well, that's why your kids and their friends they traveled with were smart to hug the coast the whole time they were here.
Yeah. Well, let's welcome
staying there enough the coast. That's great.
Let's welcome Ardessa into the show. Ardessa, how are you, dear?
Hi, hanging in there.
Good. How's Dan?
Well, we got a possible diagnosis for Dan. He may have Parkinson's.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, no.
Just one thing after another, isn't it?
Yep.
Is he in good spirits?
Is. Yeah, he's doing all right.
Good.
He's just thinking at least they're finding something, and it's something that they can help with. So if it is that, they can. There's medications that can help.
There are medications. There is help. My brother had Parkinson's. He passed away, but.
Yeah, he has two sisters that have it, and his dad had it. So it runs in the family.
Boy, howdy. Well, I am so sorry to hear that, Ardessa. You know we're always going to be here, baby.
Thank you.
As long as we're on the air, we're going to be right here. And any support you need.
I appreciate that very much.
You holler out,
Yep.
But, man, that's a tough prognosis, baby.
Yeah, it stinks.
But what choice do you have but to fight it as much as you can, to help as much as you can every day? That's what life is. That's what we do. And
we'll deal with it.
Sure.
Like I told him, whatever turns out to be, we'll handle it.
You have no other choice.
Yeah.
You're not heartless enough to just turn your back and walk away. And
no way.
So we're bound by that love. when terrible things happen. And I kind of look at what we're going through in this country as the same way. I'm not
Yeah,
I'm not
it is.
bashful to say I love my country. I don't give. Ooh, that sounds corny. I don't give a shit. I love my country. Greatest fucking country in the world sometimes. Most of the time. Not like we
have
don't
our
fuck
moments.
up. Yeah, we have our moments, baby. Just like I said, Iraq. There you go. Let's stump our toe over here and let's see what that costs us. So yeah, we've made mistakes, but we've always tried to climb back. And I think that's what happens every time there's a Democrat president that comes in. That we climb.
Yeah, we have to.
We try to climb out of the hole that the Republicans have dug. Every time they get in office, they start.
That's
digging.
why we need this. That's why we need Why we need the elections to go good this fall.
Oh Lord, we need so desperately for 22 to retain the Senate and keep the House. I'm
To help
hoping
get us improvements that we need desperately.
We have to remind ourselves that when the numbers are done, the maggots are far outnumbered by reasonable people, and I mean Democrats, independents, and moderate Republicans, conservatives who don't get into the Trump shit, and that's what we're seeing. Some people recognize within the Republican Party that he's a jackass. He's an anchor on your ass. He's going to pull you down, baby. Get away from him. But those that lust for power, baby, Jim Jordan, Dewey Gomart, I guess. Shit, are you shitting me? Maybe y'all.
They are starting to pay for it, though. Some of them.
I hope.
Like the guy that got his house raided.
Jeffrey Clark got his house raided this way.
Yep.
I forgot to throw that in this morning.
Isn't that good?
Yeah, the guy that they was talking about so much today in the January 6th committee. His house was raided. Pre-dawn raid, too. No, knock on the door. How you doing? Nuh-uh, let's go in, baby. Let's get your ass out of bed.
Surprise. Yep.
I am,
No warning.
I hope that this is starting to send a signal to others. You better start getting your ass up in here because
get a handle on it, or it's going to be over.
You can either step out in front of it, or just wait to get run over by it. And
so true.
What they have 5 congressmen that have been asked to subpoena to come up in front of the committee, come up here and tell your shit, and none of them have stepped forward. How you doing, Mary Ellen?
They're all a bunch of chickens.
Fine and frog hair split 3 ways.
That is pretty fine. Hi, Miss Linda. How are you doing?
Oh, fairly well, thank you. I
Good.
just wanted to step in and say our dip up. Sorry to hear the prognosis.
Uh,
I too have Parkinson's, and if you want to talk, call me, baby.
Okay. I'd like to do that sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
See?
DM me and I'll send you my number.
Okay.
Outstanding. See this? How this family is?
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry, Herb.
Look forward to talking to you, Miss Linda.
Yeah. It's manageable.
Herb, aren't. Come on into Discord, brother. Download Discord. You can get in here anytime you want. I was just checking with the chat. I try to rotate my head as much as I can, but I miss a whole lot of the chat.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of it all.
It is, yes, because I have...
It's hard to read and talk at the same time.
Yes, because YouTube and Facebook comments are combined on this screen, so I'm getting everybody's comments, and it goes by sometimes a little fast, but I love to keep track of it because that's what I consider the family, baby. That chat is what happens. The communication between our blue dots is what's paramount there. It's what drives me, baby. It really is. It's what gives me hope. Because that conversation is still going on.
You're what gives us hope, so keep it up, baby.
Oh, I'm trying, baby. I am. I apologize for not doing yesterday's rant. I sat there yesterday all day long. And I've got some shit in my head that until I get it cleared out, it's hard.
We'll get it cleared out.
I will.
Write it down.
Yeah, it is. It's just some shit I take more serious than other shit. And anyway, I may have to. Well, let me see. He's having struggle with Herb. I don't know. We'll get with somebody in there. Try to help Herb out with Discord. Wait a minute. May have to call me. I don't have your number, Herb. Anyway, I'm sorry, I get distracted by Shiny out there.
Is Herb talking to you through Facebook?
He is on Facebook.
Oh, that's why I can't see any of that.
Yeah. He's
Oh, well.
I don't have the Facebook either.
I never got in under the cap for a number of friends on Facebook, so though I'm aware it goes live over on Facebook, I prefer to watch on YouTube where I can interact.
Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
I like listening on Discord because it sounds better.
I'm going to write that down, Herb, but let me see. Oh, Lord. He just gave me his phone number, so.
There you go. I hope he didn't put it in chat publicly.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Uh-oh.
Go write it down. Tell them to delete it.
That's okay. I mean,
yeah, one of our, if maybe, I got that number, Herb, if you want to try to take that down, delete that comment, maybe you might get phone calls from all over the place. But I'm sure whoever it would be in this, it would be a kind phone call because you're in a room with some very fine people, and I appreciate them tremendously for being here.
I suggested to everyone, though, a very quick piece of advice. DM or private message personal information like that to the person you want to have it. Then tell them in public you have sent them that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That way they know to look.
We're all just concerned there, Herb.
Yep.
Is that my only way?
You to be safe.
I will try to call you after the show, brother.
I went for years on my cell phone not getting the calls from your car warranty expired people.
Oh, yeah?
I finally got the notification that somebody had sold my number on the dark web from one of the monitoring people I use.
Yeah.
And it wasn't more than a day or two after that notification I started getting the damn calls about my car warranty.
I've gotten lucky. They stopped calling me.
I don't know how to do that. I guess I can't do it.
Don't know why, but they stopped.
They buy the numbers in bulk and go through the numbers and get hits and misses. Hang-ups are people that don't interact with them or people that obviously can't scam.
Now.
They take off the list. So if you got lucked out, you got off the list.
Yeah, because I got a lot of those calls.
Cost them out enough time to take you off the list.
You know what
I sell those lists. What's that?
You know what I've been doing lately? Have y'all been getting phone calls and you answer it and nobody's there? And all of a sudden they just hang up.
Yeah,
that's something.
Yeah.
Been getting an awful lot of them. So now when the phone does ring, yeah.
They're testing the number with those. See if somebody picks up and answers.
I answer the phone. Hello, thank you for calling the car warranty hotline. Please stand by for the next available. That's immediately.
There you go.
If I'm going to hear a voice, I'm not talking to them. It's just, it gets irritating after a while.
That's a good one there, John. I like that answer.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a good one.
Shit. Yeah, they're going to mess with you. I mess right back. I've never heard of people. I'm waiting on one voice to go. And then I'll go. That's okay. I'm here. Just joking. But they do it to us all day long. I swear I almost hate to even have a phone nowadays. It rings so much spam, robocalls, and all sorts of shit. Anyway. Well,
yeah. So
what are we going to do?
What happened today in this hearing?
What happened?
They focused on the Department of Justice mostly this time around.
Oh, yeah.
And how they were pressuring, how they knew what they were saying was a lie and illegal, and that they were still manipulating the Department of Justice to get them to declare not to throw out the election, just wanted them to declare it fraudulent. Throw it back to the states.
Just say the words significant concerns.
Yes.
That's all you had to say.
Yeah.
Send a letter to Georgia saying we have significant concerns about the election in Georgia. That's all it would have took to throw the whole damn thing. If that would have happened, it would have been in the news that Department of Justice sent out this letter. They have it, so it just reinforces all the nut job society out there, and it allows Congress to decertify the vote. Throw it out, and continue with Donnie is king. The thing is that what we saw today points to just how desperate he was, how much he knew. He knew what he was doing. On a January 3rd meeting when he's got them all in the damn Oval Office, and Jeffrey Clark is there. As a matter of fact, earlier in the day, they're already reporting at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the White House logs. They're already referring to Jeffrey Clark as the acting attorney general. That's what's in the White House call logs. Acting Attorney General Jeffrey Clark. The decision had been made to install Clark until after that meeting when Donnie was finally convinced that, hey, this is going to look bad when the whole Justice Department resigns en masse. And that's what saved the day, because it started out before that meeting that Jeffrey Clark was going to be Attorney General. You know, Mr.
It's a
Fifth
good thing
Amendment.
he didn't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
he would have sent the letter.
yeah, what was it, Haberman or something, whoever it was that told him, get a fucking attorney. You're going to need one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yep.
guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Clark has joined the Ron Johnson Club for people that desperately need to cover their ass now.
Indeed.
Yep.
And
I'm
that's,
so happy for Ron Johnson.
yeah.
Did you like that phone call? Do you like him getting caught with the phone up to his ear finger?
Yeah,
I
the
loved
phone
it.
call. Yeah, I'm talking. No, you're not. I see your phone. You're not
Like,
talking
you're
to
not.
anybody,
Yeah,
you
I
idiot.
see your screen.
Yeah, you're
not
scared
talking
as
to
shit.
nobody.
It's almost
You know?
like a Monty Python sketch.
Yeah.
It
And
is.
the whole
huh?
time trying to get away from
I'm on the phone.
his excuse was, I didn't know it was in the envelope. Somebody gave it to my chief of staff, who really doesn't care what's in envelopes and hands it to him when they say just give it to the vice president. And we just usually go, okay. You know, it is so
Yeah,
ignorant that he
like an idiot.
expects people
Ron,
to believe that shit. You
Ron,
know?
your excuse for this is ignorance and incompetence.
Yep.
Well, okay, that made us fly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you made your point there.
You're
You're ignorant, you're incompetent. Why are you in Congress?
And you're evil.
They are. They're willing to destroy this nation for their own benefit, for their
Yeah.
own power. That's what goes on here. That's what happened. We are seeing a list of people, congressmen included, senators, that were willing to subvert the Constitution and overthrow the presidency and install a king. Not very American sounding, is it? And yet they're walking the halls of Congress today. They're still up there in Congress trying to decide the fate of this country on so many fronts. And they're insurrectionists. They're willing to turn this country over to a madman. Are you shitting me? We need a house cleaning, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what these hearings are about. That's what the Department of Justice, they should not only be looking at Donnie, others that conspired with him. These fake
definitely.
electors, oh yeah, they all going to get questions. Step up, boys.
The whole, yeah.
That's why the whole thing's been pushed back to late in July. They have so much new evidence to go through now. They're going to have to restructure the rest of the hearings. So much came in, though. Footage that they had never seen before from this documentary vanity project
that's
that
something else, too.
Kushner signed off on.
Right, yeah.
So now those people are coming in. They talked to the Trumps both before and after January 6th, so this could be interesting.
It's going to get more interesting because, you know, the next process we're going to go into, because today led us up to January 6th. January 3rd, the day of that night in the meeting in the White House, when they were going to install Jeffrey Clark, and Jeffrey Clark was going to send out that letter saying we have significant concerns here, and was going to throw the election into a crisis. And when that didn't work, baby, Plan B, violence.
Yep.
So the next one is going to take us into how he went from that meeting into January 6th, when he was
I expect
promoting
them to start
people.
breaking down that whole Green Bay sweep
Yeah,
business next,
Mm-hmm.
very soon at least.
yeah.
John, I sense the presence of a filthy mouth liberal and another
you
Linda that
shitting?
wants to talk.
Are you shitting me?
Oh, okay.
Where's
I
my
just
He hasn't
feel
been
their
around for a
presence.
little bit.
Disturbance in the force.
a disturbance in the force? Well, there's a filthy mouth liberal in there, but it's not the one you're thinking of.
No. There's a Jorge tire biter.
Jorge Tirebiter might
I
be
thought-
a
I
filthy
thought I
mouth
saw-
liberal.
Yeah, I thought I saw the other filthy mouth liberal.
Andy
Dang
Paguda. But we'll take Jorge Tirebiter any day of the week.
That's my eyesight going bad on me. Jeremy becomes Andy at a distance from me.
I'm dealing with similar thing right now because of, I'm squinting a bit because we did put another screen over here so I could see things better, but it's a smaller screen, so everything on it is smaller, whereas if I have it over here, it's like big.
Just need glasses. I don't want to wear them.
Linda, how are you?
Okay, we're okay. Just watching everything everyone else here is watching and wondering where it's going.
Wondering where we're... The hell in the handbasket, baby, it looks like.
Yeah.
No, I think we're going to pull it out of our butt. I'm trying to rearrange this whole thing so I can actually see here. That's better. Now we're back to normal again. Now I can see everything. Yeah. Aren't we in fine shape?
Not in good shape. But, you know, I don't know. We're all so concerned, and we have good reason to be.
Indeed.
You said every time a Republican comes in, it takes us a hell of a long time to get out of it. It's a mess.
Yeah.
As usual. And that's where we are. But this is something like, John, we've been around a long time. We've never seen.
That's the problem with getting old, is you can remember shit. You go, hey, wait a minute. Haven't we been here before? How come this keeps happening? You know?
It worries me because it seems like corporate media wants us to stay in this pattern. That's why they keep saying the Democrats have already lost in 2022. They want us to stay in this pattern. I keep going, if we hit a period of total stagnation because 2022 goes to Republicans and they shut down us from getting anything done, they stand a good chance getting in 2024. That hasn't given us enough time to fix the damage of the last 4 years.
No. You know, I really, my hopes had really risen under Obama. I thought, you know, with his leadership,
without a doubt,
we're gonna progress. What we didn't count on is the amount of hatred and racism and bigotry that would come out of his presidency from him just being elected president. It unleashed everything that is vile in this country. It was unleashed.
It's always been there. It's simmering all the time. And they just allowed it, and didn't just allow it. They pushed it right on.
They fed it. They fed it.
They recruited it, and they said that you are a muscle. You are strong arms to make this happen.
Yeah.
Under Donald Trump, this is one of the things that fascism does. That it recruits these far right extremist groups, and then starts aiming them where they want them to attack. It's not always physical violence. Sometimes it's trolling the internet.
What we were saying the other night, if those that don't learn from history doomed to repeat it, 1930s Germany. These are the people that are following Trump right now. Those are the same kind of people that would have followed Hitler right to the battlefield, baby. They would have just done everything their dear leader wanted. And that's the way I look at maggots now. Because the evidence is there, baby. If you care to open your eyes, we can see the lion sack of shit that he was. If you don't see that, you know.
When they can hold these two thoughts in their head, Donald Trump tried to overthrow the government illegally in an attempted coup. Yet I will vote for him again if he's our party nominee. When they can hold those two thoughts in their head,
there's a problem.
There's a problem.
You're not a patriot.
That's what Mo Brooks did. What Mo Brooks did, yes.
Yeah.
A lot of them have done, and I'm sorry if staying in power is more important to you than basic, fundamental observing the rule of the law or the rule of law, you shouldn't be nowhere near power. You should be nowhere near power.
That's. Yeah, we have a problem with
off
that.
The wheel,
that's why we need term limits. I swear.
Term limits.
To keep because absolute power corrupts absolutely. That's what we saw in Donald Trump. The first president in this country's history to not hand over a peaceful transfer of power. He did everything he could to keep it, and he's still out there doing it. Today,
still out there doing it, and we're still paying for it
because he can never do anything but say he won, because then it would be admitting that it was all bullshit, and he'll never do that. He'll go to his dying grave saying, "I won the presidency. Joe Biden stole it." Wah wah wah, and you'll have plenty of followers out there going, "Yeah." It is. It's sad, but again, there's more of us than them. The squeaky wheel gets the grease and all that shit. It's the story because it's such a foul thing. It's an attack upon our own democracy, upon our society. So yeah, it's the big show. But man, we got to fix this shit. We got to fix it now. Because if we don't fix this now, oh man.
I encourage people to pay very, very close attention to their local elections.
Yes.
And get involved if you can, or get people
Indeed.
you think might want to, that that are good people involved. This is where they're attacking us now in mass. That's why they're being able to take over party platforms and put insane shit in there. At least, John, you're reassured that Texas can go ahead and secede if they need to, even though they couldn't.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
great.
it's just so disgusting. I am so. I love my state. I always preface that I love my state. I love Texas. Texas is a great state. It's a great place to visit. It's a great place to live. Except for we have a Republican government in this state who is more hell-bent on power and money than anything else. They could give two shits about the people of Texas so long as they retain power, gerrymander the shit out of it, cheat any way you can, lie, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just retain the power, baby, because this is an oil gas state, and there's money to be made. We're
seeing that breakdown in the rule of law. We're starting to see when it happens on the level of the governor. Then you get a police organization in Uvalde lying about incidents and covering up things. They all think they can get away with
embarrassment right now in my state. Uvalde now being the worst.
Yes, Texas is a kind of a glaring big example because you're a big state. But yeah, the lying levels it starts laying itself in. Top lies. Then all the local people think, we can lie too, and law doesn't really mean that much anymore to us.
No, it doesn't. Forget it, son. Let's just cheat our ass off and screw the next customer that comes in the door.
Interesting that Louis Gohmert's name came up.
Yes, it did.
Louis Gohmert's name came up in this, and he's not running for re-election. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. That's why he asked
for
a pardon.
How deep was he? Who did they catch him doing what?
He asked for a pardon. That tells you something.
We don't know he didn't get one.
You don't ask for a pardon unless you know you've committed a crime. You're liable.
Decided all of a sudden he didn't want to be in Congress anymore?
No, that's not what he decided. He's being forced out. He knows
he
got his ass in the ringer.
You know who doesn't ask for pardon?
Doing something?
Innocent people.
What's that, David?
You know who doesn't ask for pardons?
Yeah, innocent people. Yeah, innocent people don't ask for pardons. Right. You know who doesn't take the fifth?
People that don't have anything to worry about.
The handwriting's on the wall for us all to see. But there's a certain portion of our population that doesn't give a shit. You could write it on the wall. You could show it at a movie screen. You could have it fucking go up in those drones that form messages, and they still wouldn't give a shit. Their hearts are laid in with him. Because, I swear, because they're racist, they're bigoted, they're misogynistic, they're all the bad things in our society wrapped up into the Republican Party. That's what I think. They don't have any integrity left. They have destroyed common names that we knew. Evangelical Christian means a Trumper to me, means a maggot. That's all it means to me. Doesn't mean that you believe in Jesus and the followers of Christ and all that stuff. It means you're a whack job who for Trump. Because that's what Trump turned that word into. And you let him. So don't whine. But that's not who I am. Well, then quit association with people like that. He's permeated this whole country with his vile fucking hatred. And the sad thing is we get to see which neighbors of ours are of the same cloth.
And friends and family.
And friends and family.
Yeah.
If nothing else.
And if you can still support this, I can't help but question your judgment about everything
exactly.
else.
Exactly. If you are still hanging on to
that's
this,
the problem.
Sorry, I question your patriotism, your basic love for this country,
your morality,
your whatever it is that you want to claim you are. Your honesty, whatever the bullshit you want to sell, I'm not buying
integrity.
Because if you latched onto him, what do you expect people to look at you as? Anything but.
And you hang on to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they're proud of it. Are you shitting me?
Yeah. You
street.
flaunt it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm living like you are, John. It's all
What?
around me.
What are you?
And they won't.
What kind of people are you?
I keep asking that question.
It's a me.
What kind of people
and,
are
you know,
you?
F you.
That it is. It is. You're right.
It bothers
Who
me.
was that, Linda?
Yes.
You're right. That's the society that we've raised. The me shit. It's all mine. That's what. That's what it seems like our country is increasingly.
I shall be German.
Okay. Modeling. We're seeing it now with the inflation that's gone nuts, and we're seeing evidence that there's like gas prices. Shouldn't be that high. They're price gouging the ass. They're making profits left and right. It's make more money. And I've said before, record profits, and when things go up, including everything, I don't give a shit about talking gas or if you're talking eggs. Price goes up, and then everybody yells and screams, and then when they back it off 10 cents, and you're happy. Oh, look at her. Oh, God, I didn't think of whatever. You're now paying 30, 40, 50% more than what you were before, but it came down 2%, so you're happy.
Did you catch the story on Tyson Foods?
No. What happened to Tyson Foods?
Well, Tyson Foods is now being accused of not just gouging, but big-time gouging. They made record profits their last quarter. And they're now saying basically what they did is impose a Tyson Foods tax.
Oh, of course.
That they added to their products.
Because, COVID.
Well, we got to raise it.
Gas prices.
Got to keep our profits up at this time. We have to make up for the loss we took during the pandemic. So you get to pay for that loss.
They didn't lose any money. We were all going through the drive-thru to pick up chicken and shit.
They didn't lose any money. That's the funny thing.
Yeah, it is. You see the stories that are pushing right now, and it is inflation. The cost. Even with Biden trying to do the tax holiday on gasoline. Thank you. Is it going to make a big difference? Fuck no. And when when the break goes away and we go back up right before the midterms, they're going, oh look, price gas went up, because half these people won't even fucking notice why the gas went down. Why the gas went down? They'll just say, oh look, the gas went down. Tax holiday, they don't know anything about it. They're not paying attention. They don't give a shit. They'll notice it when it goes back up though. And they estimate that even then that we might save what, $25, $30 during the 3 months that they're talking about.
The average use of the average American family,
I appreciate the
you're below average.
Yeah. But that's not something that's really going to help, with the inflation that we've got going on now everywhere. Like you said, Tyson Foods, chicken.
Yeah, it's not just gas companies.
It's everybody.
They're all in on it.
Anytime there is a news story in the news about inflation, that gives every company in the United States or around the world to say, well, okay, we'll go up the price on ours because everybody else is going up. We need to go up. Was there a reason for that? No, but they're going up, so we're going up. It's just a way to make more money, and it just snowballs into, well, nobody can afford shit.
They test what the market can bear. They test what people are willing to pay. As long as people are willing to be able to pay it, there's only one real way to break them of doing it, and I don't see how that would happen. That's for all of us to stop spending as much as possible for about a year. Just eating and buying just the very basics, the very bare minimum. Really sock them in the pocketbook.
Yeah. Well,
and so you can lower the prices, or we stop buying your stuff. And I don't see that. Yeah. That's too much to organize.
I got discorded there for a bit.
Did you?
Welcome back.
Yep. Right. But I fixed it.
Catman's waiting to get in too.
Let me see that. Let's see if we can get him in here. Keith from Minnesota.
Yeah.
We don't know who Keith is. There he is. Catman, you in here? I know he's in here. He just doesn't got it so.
His mic's muted.
Yeah, his mic. He didn't know he was going to get pulled up here.
His mic's muted.
No, I can't.
Hey.
Mute's muted. There he is.
How you doing, Keith?
I want to bring up a subject.
Go ahead.
I'm a long time old school Marine, owner
Heavy on
of
the
an
old.
AR-15. You know, I've seen people chop up their weapons, but it's like I cannot do that to my weapon. But I absolutely understand why. And
Keith, you live in Minneapolis. It wasn't that long ago that Minneapolis was wrapped up in a whole lot of shit.
Yeah.
George Floyd.
Yeah.
The murder of George Floyd. You had people in the streets, baby. So the need, how can you sit in that kind of situation and think to yourself, gee, I'm glad I don't have a weapon? No. That's the sad part of where we are, is this self-perpetuating machine that we have that requires that I
am so torn about getting rid of this weapon that I've had since 1989,
right?
And doing the right thing. It's like cutting my arm off.
I'm fully aware.
So I'm really having a real struggle.
Keith, quick question.
What I should do.
Keith, quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
You're strike me as a completely responsible gun owner who would never do anything untoward with the weapon he owns, correct?
Correct.
Why shouldn't you have the weapon you have? I personally, and I'm a lefty here, don't have any problem with a person like you owning a weapon. An 18-year-old going out and buying an AR-15 on their birthday and all those rounds and clips and extra stuff, I have a slighter problem. I have a problem with that.
I have a big
Not
problem with that.
You absolutely.
My Marine
has military skills with that weapon, they should not hold it.
Correct. And same as you won't let people drive unless they take a driving class and get a license. You're just not gonna let everyone go out there and drive a car just because they want to, especially if they get a big old Humvee as their first vehicle and want to go roaring up and down the streets, which is essentially what buying an AR-15 is like.
Yeah.
And my distraction is, I understand absolutely these weapons need to be removed. I absolutely understand there needs to be background checks and all of that, make sure somebody is mentally able. But to get rid of my weapon, I'm having a really hard time dealing
Don't think you should have to get rid of your weapon. I don't see where the clamor is out there for. I've heard people talk about a buyback idea, and sure, that would be a good idea if it was done on a big enough level, but why shouldn't you have a weapon? I'm not against you having a weapon. I think most people, 95%, are fine of weapon owners. Even some of the ones that are crazy Trumpians are pretty responsible with their weapons.
And
so I don't trust them as much.
I've gone through the CCW training and law enforcement training in the Rangers. But, there's got to be some kind of, rules or something. I don't know. I'm really frustrated with the whole situation.
What we need to do, first of all, is to change attitudes towards guns more than guns themselves. Though I am for banning certain guns, the attitude towards guns, that guns somehow equal freedom, or guns equal masculinity, which they get mistaken for a lot of the time, or this is power. My gun means that I have power now. That's a bad attitude to foster that we fostered in this country a long time.
Very bad attitude.
Because there are people that use power.
I'm truly looking for Blue Dot advice. What do I do?
Oh, I'm sure you can find lots of advice in the chat.
Sure. You've had it since 1989. How many times have you fired it since then?
5, 6, 7 times here over the years. And
rules, apparently. Really?
To be true, I actually, when I was younger, years ago, I actually pulled out the grains, the powder, the weight of the round, and built them. And took
That's
them
smart.
to a professional shooting range. But that was 10 years ago.
You stayed responsible with it. You stayed up on the technology. Again, I don't see that you're not the problem. The problem more comes in the sales and manufacturing, the way they're advertised, the way they're portrayed. God, the way they're portrayed in political commercials. Show me a Republican that doesn't do a political commercial anymore that doesn't somehow feature guns and blowing away something they want people to be scared about.
I love where you're coming from. All right, I understand where you're coming. All right, I'm listening, learning. Questions that I get: why do you have an AR-15, even though it was from 1989? Why do I have it? And I respond by saying, because those other guys do have one. And
my friends at the bottom of
the
same reason, they gave mostly the same reason as you do. I kind of chuckle to myself because I think a 30-06 is a much more dangerous gun. That's just me.
Yeah, but
Sorry,
your
I'm
weapon
distracted by some of the chat going on.
Your weapon isn't meant to send 30 rounds downrange.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with chat too, John.
No, you don't want to keep up with this, brother.
Hi, John.
Well, if it's over in YouTube, I'm supposed to be. Johnny Fly and Bernadette are gone today, so I gotta watch for trolls.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, Bernadette has been.
How is she? Is she all right?
I sure hope so, because I miss her. I miss Bernadette Pre. There was a concerted effort. There was a lot of people who didn't, and I'm getting mighty fucking irritated.
They don't have taste then. She is a class act.
I apologize to some of our Blue Dots who feel that I do not run a proper show, that I don't have the right people on, or that I allowed this or I allowed that. If you do not like this show, if you want to sit there and badmouth this show, you can walk your ass down the road. Okay? That's the way it has been. I will not kick anybody out of this family for who they are or who they love, or because you don't like them, or because they're a jerk. You know, we tried to build a family here that sustains each other, that upholds each other, that lifts each other up. That's what we have tried to do in this family from the beginning. This is an all-inclusive family. So take your prejudices and shove them up your butt.
We can still join together, good days and bad days. We are still striving for the same thing.
You would think so, brother, and I
I'm missing something, John. Is this going on in
nothing?
Facebook?
Nothing. It's a source of irritation, and that's all.
Okay.
I try to give the best show I can. I try to include everybody I can, and I am not
missing some trolls.
Well, you're respected, John.
Yeah. Not by all, baby. Anyway, and that's good. I don't really give a shit. I'm going to continue. I'm not perfect at this shit. Nobody is. Oh, look here, you got 20 years experience in radio. You've been running a show for 5 fucking years over here. Good deal. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I try to put on a show to where I try to give everybody a voice. Oh, well, look, someone's interrupted. Well, that's the way conversations go sometimes. That's the way passions go sometimes. Think you can do better? Start a show. Put your name out there. Use your voice. I've promoted that thought from the beginning, from the very first time I ever opened my mouth. You got something to say? Turn on your camera, baby, because it's more impactful. You speak the truth. You have a tendency to let it out, baby. So do that. God knows.
In the day
I always think of it this way, John, personally. Oh, sorry.
Back in the day, I was on that LCT, landing craft tank, and walking down the ramp. And I said, okay, Navy, get me off this boat. Okay. Navy got pissed off. They said, this is a ship. And then you look down and you crawled into this vehicle with tracks on it, and it has to travel 3 miles away from the ship to the shore. And I look up and I say, hey, Navy dude, can I come back to your ship? And I made sure I said, your ship.
It's not a boat.
And we all laughed.
It's not a boat. It's a ship.
It's not a
I
boat.
am sorry. I apologize to our Blue Dot family. I let my
we
anger
are
get hold of me. Yes,
John, the way I see it, when I start get irritated with people's personal quirks, I try to remind myself that they're tolerating my quirks. You know, perhaps I should look in the mirror and try to improve that person instead of worrying about other people's differences that, you know, are minor for the most part. Take care of, you know, when you're feeling that urge to judge somebody else.
I can handle somebody when they attack me, but when they attempt to persuade others that, hey, this sucks, look there, look how terrible this guy is. Oh, look at that. Oh, shit, this sucks. Oh, well, he shouldn't do that. Oh, look at this, blah, 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 blah.
Now you know why I hate gossip.
It's like water dripping on you, constant. And I've been putting up with it for about a week, and it's really wearing thin. I do not.
You don't need the extra grief.
I have never mentioned a name on this show to berate anybody. I've never pointed to somebody and say, "Oh, that guy's an idiot," or "Don't listen to that guy." Or...
Lucky for me.
Speaking of grief, how's your neighbors doing?
A whole lot better than some of them in this Blue Dot family. No, I'm sorry. I have been.
Neighbors leaving you alone?
Yeah, they've been pretty much keeping to themselves.
How is that family doing?
We have 4 new security cameras up and down the road with big signs pointing to them. You cannot miss them. There are 4 new neighborhood watch signs in the neighborhood. Each sign has a camera, and when you drive by, it takes a picture of you. And so I'm tickled to death. I hope every one of them puts it out there. We'll have the most secure street on our neighborhood. So yeah, things have calmed down, except for the one old boy that still hangs out with his "Let's Go Brandon" signs and all that bullshit. The guy with the rebel flag has taken the rebel flag down, and so I hope that stays down. I hope it came from his heart. I hope he had a revelation, an awakening, that flying the American flag next to a rebel flag is fucking an oxymoron. It's stupid. It shows someone's ignorance. So I hope that flag is gone forever.
Yeah.
His house looks beautiful without it. He's got new American flag, new Texas flag, got a little American flag on every fence post down the road. Really going for the patriotic theme. So yes, I hope the rebel flag is gone. For the other idiot down the street with the "Let's Go Brandon," there ain't no hope for him. He is ate up with it, and it's not that he loves Trump. It's that he hates me. So Trump ain't got no. He can get 2 shits. He doesn't know crap about politics. He hates me, so the Steins stay up.
In my town,
I look at it as a badge of honor nowadays. Every day he leaves them up, I know they're for me, baby. And I pass his house with a smile, and there's a camera watching me smile. So,
John, hate destroys the vessel that carries it.
I know it, baby.
And in the end, hate, it's such a waste of time and energy. Just pity the person, because that's all they're doing is wasting time and energy. And they can't get that back.
Well, in any large group, you know, it's hard to get a large group of people to agree on anything. I thought we were all marching in the same direction here, but there are some that just take personal issues against others, and it has cost this family. There are people that you're not going to see here anymore because they were attacked. They were attacked for either one reason or another. I could name them. I don't want to.
The message of Christianity. You reach out to your brother. You hold their hand and you pull them up. What we are seeing now is a shit show of fake Christians, devil seeds, who are claiming they are Christians. They are not. They are rejecting everything that a true Christian would do. And they're selling it. And it's working with some people.
A lot of backstabbing has been unnoticed. I'm sorry there's been any backstabbing at all. I'm tired of feeling them in my back.
Remember, there are a lot of people, too, that are sending a lot of love your direction, too, John.
I know.
It's easy to focus on the negative. I know. Good Lord, I'm one of those people that do. There's a lot of goodness and love there, too. Sometimes it doesn't balance it out. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it's balancing out at all. It will.
Eventually. On a lighter note, let me thank Curtis Wood, who came in with a $5 donation. We appreciate it, Curtis, very much, brother. Has anyone heard about DARPA monitoring sea life to try to detect naval vessels?
I heard Bo of the Fifth Column talk about that.
Really?
Doesn't surprise me. DARPA does stuff like this.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Forgot to hit my gong. Thank you, Curtis. I appreciate it tremendously. As in anything, things can be used for good or bad. No, I haven't. I haven't. I didn't see Bo's column.
DARPA's been trying to monitor the silences. You're a Navy man. You know how in the ocean, especially on subs, a lot of what they monitor is just what they call background biological noise.
Sure. You got to separate all that to find out what you're looking for.
DARPA is recognizing, like, if you're in the woods, the birds and animals and insects right immediately around you aren't making any sound because they think you're a predator. Well, if they paid that close attention to how sea life acts, when sea life goes quiet, why is it going quiet? What in that presence is making that quiet spot?
Yeah.
As a way to find predatory or subs or other ships. It's an interesting idea. I always have liked DARPA. I mean, a lot of people are offended by DARPA. They've made some, pretty funny movies about them, and they've done some strange things over the years. But they're paid. They're basically there to think outside the box, and they do it.
Well, good.
Try to think like no one else is thinking.
Thinking outside of the box.
Sure.
I apologize. Evidently, that's a story that slipped by me, and I haven't. There's a lot slipped by me the last several days. I really have to. I'm sorry, man. My mind is somewhere else, and I appreciate that, Gary's. I appreciate the comments in there that are uplifting and everything. I got shit on my mind, and it's difficult to. I like I said when I started the show today. I'm sorry for missing yesterday's rant, and I had a rant. It was in my head. It was there, but this thing that I'm having to deal with got in the way. It gets in my mind, and I question myself, and I don't like to do that. I quit doing that a long time. I'm getting freaking old. I don't want to question myself anymore. That's how come I started this shit. I got something to say. I'm just going to say it. If it doesn't come out right and you don't like it, don't listen to me. If you agree with me, please pay attention, because all I'm trying to do is wave pom-poms and trying to encourage every person I know.
John, we have lived through the 70s, 80s, 90s. We have seen.
It was them 60s that got me.
Okay? It's coming back around. You are a good voice. Thank you for that. All right, bro? I mean, military to military. Okay, you're just Navy, but got your back.
Thank you, brother. And I want to read this comment.
Oh, Lord.
I want to read this comment. Carolyn Majeska. Bernadette is one of my favorite contributors. Her passion resonate with me, and we need to hear that. The fluidity of the show is what makes it special. The passion of Bernadette is rich and important, and this show is a treat every time I get to listen in. Carolyn, thank you very much, because I miss Bernadette, and my heart is broken as to why she left. And it wasn't because she was disillusioned in this show that she didn't want to use her voice. So this little infighting has cost this family, and it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart, because I want a place where everybody can use your passion. And I always said it the same way. What made Bernadette me attracted, it was her passion. When she spoke from the heart, and that's what I try to do. And that's what I like in people, when they speak passionately about what they believe in. She was a powerful voice. I hope she comes back, baby. I'm hoping every day I see her name down there. But I haven't. Every day I don't. It bothers me, because I know the reasons. And it's just not fair.
I don't know what happened.
Nobody needs to know what happened. Those that are involved knows what happened. That's the thing about this, is we don't have to spread it. I'm sorry I'm even bringing it up, but it has caught me tonight, and I am struggling with it. I've been doing this for 6 years. I'm proud of this family. I am so proud of what we've done for each other. And believe me, this family has helped out many, including me, with your donations every night. That's how I pay the bills. That's how I maintain anymore. I'm fucking too old to have a job. I've been doing this too long. But it's a loving family, and I want it to stay that way. Yes, you have, Randy. 6 years, brother. I remember the day that hog came into the picture, brother. And I told you then, and I'm telling you now, it's going to be in every shot. It's going to be there, brother. Because that's what family needs. And semper fortis to my Navy friend. And anyway, Joe Long, we're glad you came, brother. We hope you stay. Anyway, it's I guess we ought to wrap up for the evening. The show took a turn.
Yeah, I've always seen this like a big kitchen table, man.
That's the way I look at it.
Everybody's got a chair.
And sometimes you interrupt. Wait a minute, I'm interrupting your ass. To make a point. Now, what were you saying? I was making fun.
Kitchen table, man.
It is.
I know.
It is, and that's what you do around the table. Sometimes if at your own table, hell, you got 5 people there. 2 of them are over there talking by themselves. You know, but we do need.
You just got to sling an idea out there in the middle of it.
We need to.
Look at the person on your left. Look at the person on your right. You look at the person that is behind you, and you know they got your back. And then we have John, who is like, here we have to go, and he's right.
I don't know what I am anymore. I am no more or any less than any other member of this family. I only give the place for us to meet. That's what I do. My thoughts are no different than anybody else in this family. We're all here for the same reason.
That's why we are together, John.
That's why we're here, baby. Because we got midterms coming up. That's why. And we got to fix this shit, because ain't nobody else going to do it. You adapt, you overcome, you move forward, you fix this shit. Whatever's in front of you, you fix it, you get it done. Let's go. That's what I'm here. So now we're talking about our country.
Linda would like to say goodbye, too.
Huh?
Linda, she's got her hand up. I guess she'd like to say goodbye also.
Oh. I thought
Linda got discorded.
I swear. Well, see, that's how come I just moved this thing. I got to figure this out.
Okay, where's Travis?
Yeah, Travis is busy. He's got. I don't want to interrupt him. He has really got to concentrate on what he's got going on, and I am trying my best not to bother him. But boy, howdy, lately I have really made some mess of things because I'm trying to rearrange the screens today so I can see better. And so I threw another screen over here. Well, because I'm trying to play the duet thing. I want to get a split screen here just like I've seen other people do. I just got to figure it out how to do it. And it would be easier for me to point to somebody right next to me, like Donnie giving a speech, and go, "Look at you, you fucking idiot! This is what you said," and all that shit. I don't know, but what I'd really like to do is, and that have a split screen and be able to have guests on.
Travis will help me figure it out.
Yeah, we're doing. Fuck, my mouth ain't working. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight. Let's end this before it gets any more pitiful.
John,
let's put it out of its misery.
John,
yeah.
Hit the button.
Hit the button. See.
No.
Thank you.
No, not the red one.
Not the red one. Not that button.
Not that button.
Boom, and we're all gone. That's
the launch button.
Indeed. Thank you, David, for reminding me to hit the button. Thank everyone in our Patreon that donates to this show on a monthly basis. Indeed, it is a tremendous. It is the biggest thing that helps this show is those Patreon members that donate $1 a month, whatever it is that they feel able to. I am so thankful for every one of the names on that list, and Curtis, we appreciate you donating tonight too. All those that come in with a la carte donations, we appreciate so much. A lot going on, not only in the Blue Dot family. I've got some medical issues that I'm facing, and it is wearing me out and whatnot. My kids.
Through that
wife.
too, John.
I've got to take a little time to breathe a little bit, and yeah, it's so again, I apologize for missing Thursday, but indeed, tomorrow is Beer and Bud Friday. I don't want to miss another Beer and Bud Friday. So I will be here, riled up and ready to go. I want to thank everybody who came in tonight to contribute to the show in the chat. I thank you so much. For being part of this family, our Facebook and our YouTube, our Twitter family, and our TikTok family. TikTok's doing pretty good. I have slid and I haven't done a video on TikTok in a few days because I can't get
Hey, John.
Huh?
This is Keith.
Who?
You and I
From Minnesota?
shared many experiences.
No, this is the one from Oregon. Go ahead.
Minneapolis, Navy.
Yeah, Marine.
All right, old school. We know, we have seen. We have to teach our kids, the young ones who are coming up, to recognize what is happening. Because you and I lived with the experience of Germany and all that crap. So we have to teach our kids. The kids have to be able to vote their voices. And that's why you're important.
It's the most important thing that we can do is to instill in our children the responsibilities that come with citizenship. It's not just a free ride, baby. You have to pay attention to this thing. There's people that have given their lives for this. You honor them by voting. You honor them by paying attention to the democracy that they left, that they fought for. That sounds so corny, but that's what's in my head. My father, my uncles,
your responsibility.
the ones that stepped forward so much for this democracy to continue on. And I'm not about to stand here and watch a bunch of Trump bullshit get in the way to destroy it. No, I may not be perfect at what I say, but I'm going to say it. I don't give a shit if it's right or wrong or whatever they think. It's my opinion.
What happened on D-Day, June 4th, 1944?
A bunch of Antifa.
And you know what?
Landed in
they
France.
Were called Antifa.
Yep. Well, I'm proud to be Antifa, baby. Somebody, are you Antifa? Hell yes, I'm anti-fascist. Trump people can't say that. They can't call them Antifa. They can't call themselves anti-fascist because that's exactly who they're voting for. A bunch of fascists.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yep.
I'm going to wrap it up for the evening. I am so appreciative of y'all. Miss Linda, a.k.a. Mary Ellen, thank you so much for stopping in, darling. I appreciate it.
Darling.
I appreciate
Good
it so
night,
much.
John Boy.
Good night, Mary Ellen. It's a thing. Y'all understand. It's a thing.
Good night, baby.
Yeah, good night, Keith. I thank you, brother, for being here. Semper Fidelis, brother. Semper Fi.
Hoorah!
Semper Fortis also, brother. Not for self, but for country, my man. Anyway, Linda, thank you for coming in and joining us. We have two Lindas.
Take care,
in there.
John.
You bet you, baby. Thank you for
What we
being
have
here.
to do, John, is be kind to each other.
That's what we can do.
Ignore everything else.
But you can start every day. Be kind to your neighbor. Be kind to everybody.
wear
Put a
shirts
smile
that
on their face. Maybe it makes them wonder what the hell are
Say,
you up
be
to.
kind. Walk around with them.
That's right. Anyway, Ardessa, thank you for coming in, darling. I'm glad to hear Dan is doing well, but we will be keeping him in our heart, baby.
Keep you informed.
You bet. You bet. If you pray, give Dan a good lifting up.
Big hug from all of you.
Thank you.
Blessings to
Yeah,
Dan
indeed.
and to your family.
That's
Thank
what we
you.
are, baby.
Even from here in Minnesota.
Thank
See?
you
That love
to
just
my
flows.
neighbor, Keith.
Okay, and Jorge Tire Biter from the Tire Biter Ranch 5 miles outside town on the Indian Dirt Road. Brother, I appreciate you being here.
Well, we may be too dangerous for Facebook, but we still love you guys,
Wow.
and we're still here.
Damn the torpedoes.
Don't let
people.
Zuckerberg fool you. We're
Nope.
still here.
We're here, brother, and we're going to continue to march forward. It's what we do. We don't have an option. We burn the bridges behind us,
That's
baby.
right.
We go forward. Anyway, Jorge, thanks for being here.
Bye, you and I. We're going to make this happen,
Love
y'all.
you guys.
And David.
Right.
David, thank you for coming in, brother.
Always a pleasure,
I
sir.
hope the sun shines on you tomorrow, bub.
Plenty of sun.
Oh, we could use a little less sunshine.
A little less. Yeah, I was down here, too. I just got an alert on my thing a little while ago. It said, possible rain in Mathis, and I first thought was, are you shitting me? There ain't a cloud in the sky around here. Ain't going to rain nowhere. Anyway, thank you all for coming in. Thank you for being a part of this family. And like I always say, try to put a smile on somebody else's face tomorrow. If you make them smile, it'll probably make you smile, too, and it makes your whole body feel better. Anyway, I do love this Blue Dot family, and I apologize tonight for
You don't have to apologize for nothing.
I don't have to apologize.
my
for
distractions.
anything.
Anyway,
You're spot on, John.
y'all take care of
You're spot
yourself,
on.
and we will be back
You
here
too,
tomorrow for another Beer and Bud Friday. So, as we say, put the beer on the ice, put the bud in the bowl, and get ready for tomorrow. Y'all say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Paul.
Good night, all.